These poems are dedicated to all those whose lives have been spent in bringing peace to this planet. Wherever you are, I bow my head. May peace be on this earth. We are all united with the thread of love. May each one of us realize the garland of life.
I got to tell you that you are a miracle. You are alive. We take it for granted, yet at the time of death, one sees how precious our breath is. Nobody can escape it. I know it may seem like I'm a broken record. All the great masters are talking about the same thing. They have conveyed the message in different manners all throughout the world. Life is precious. Know while you are alive. I keep on saying the spiritual path is the most practical path. Why do I keep on saying this? Imagine most of our lives we are skimming the surface on the ocean of life. The wise man dives deep into the ocean of life and becomes one with it. I love the following saying from dear old Albert Einstein. I think 99 times and find nothing. I stop thinking, swim in silence, and the truth comes to me. This is a very wise man who said this. He understood the law of silence. You can't think your way to God. Yet by learning how to be silent, you can find God. In the silence lies the vast mysteries of life. I have seen many times before the following. You are the universe. You just don't know it. You can never think this over and find the answer to this riddle. The only way to understand this riddle is to swim in silence, just like good old Albert said. I find Albert to be a genius on two levels. He was a genius in the sciences, and he understood the law of silence. Combine both of these together, and you have a true human being. Hugh, man, equals divine mind. Man equals mind. Big difference. Albert lived in the center of the hurricane. He lived in stillness. Man has yet to learn truly to live in silence. Yes, millions of people are already on this path, but this knowledge still hasn't been accepted into mass consciousness. When it does, the world will really start to change in a beautiful way. Kindness will take over. Patience and tolerance will take over. Love for one another will take over. When man truly understands that war is obsolete, a huge shift will take place. War is past dead energy. We will look at war, BC, and peace, AD. We will stop and ask ourselves, how did we ever fight in the first place? But first, we need to learn how to swim and dive in the ocean of life. There are millions of people on this planet saying the same thing. This is not my message. This message is brought forth from millions of people. This message comes from the yearning of mankind. We know that we are missing something. We can't figure it out. It is at our fingertips, yet we can't quite touch it. That makes us frustrated. Why can't I find the answer? Remember what dear old Albert said, I think 99 times and find nothing. I stop thinking, swim in silence, and the truth comes to me. You can solve this puzzle. The answer lies within. Hang in there. No matter what life throws at you, hang in there. Life is a journey. There will be bumpy roads ahead of you. That's why it's a journey. All the great masters have said, go within to answer the riddle of life. This will make the journey more comfortable. The same bumps in the road will occur, yet this car has great shock absorbers. When it hits the bump of the road in life, it will cushion the bump. You will still hit the bump, but the effect on you will be relatively minor. This is why I say the spiritual path is the most practical path. The spiritual path teaches one how to deal with life's problems. Over time, you will learn all the necessary skills in life to make you a happy person. You will learn how to weed your inner garden. When you do this on a day-to-day basis, flowers will bloom in your life. Incredible fruits will manifest. You will slowly morph from man to human. Man equals mind. Human equals divine mind. This is the transformation that takes place. It's a glorious one. It's a humble one. It involves the unity of the mind and heart. It is a dropping of all negative energies and embracing the new. Kindness is the energy that emerges in a union. Love and compassion merge. Patience and tolerance emerge. This is your true nature. It's only to be discovered. There's only dust on your inner mirror. You can go within and clean this mirror. Nothing is stopping you. You have free will. These messages hopefully will help you on this journey. We are all on the same journey. You and I are one and the same. It may seem like we're different. That's why there's so much division in this world. Because we don't experience the unity of life. There's separation. Because there's separation, we can't see the forest for the trees. Discover the jewel within you. You can solve this puzzle. Remember, you are a piece of the puzzle. You come here on earth to discover your true nature. Hang in there. You are alive. This is to my old friends who passed away. Many of them had a hard day living. I guess that sex, drugs, and rock and roll can take a toll on life. Many of my friends lived a hard life, as my friend Nick once said. There's a price to pay in life. Nobody gets a free ride. It's amazing God does not judge us or criticize us. We all have free will. If we are eternal, maybe the journey is a learning lesson. We grow and learn for eternity. I'm sure we have all experienced a hard day living. Life can be hard on us. At times, we need escape valves to let the steam of life get released inside of us. It's like a pressure cooker. At a certain point, the pressure must get released or the pot will blow up. We all have our ways to deal with this in life. Some are good for us, and some over time are destructive to us. Some of my friends have died way before their time. They were good friends of mine during my childhood. Somewhere along the way, they slipped and fell and never knew how to pick themselves up. You have to have compassion for them. Unfortunately, in America today, thousands of people are dying from an opioid addiction. It's an epidemic. People are overdosing left and right all across America. This is even happening in small and big towns all across America. It's sad to see that life is tough and people are risking death by taking these drugs. Unfortunately, these drugs are highly addicting. Once you're on them, it's virtually impossible to get off of them. At times, I have a theory: the more difficult life becomes, the more apt one will have a hard day living. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. It's a state of mind. If you perceive life without any chance to overcome your obstacles, you might succumb to a hard day living. I wish in schools we were taught the power of the mind. I wish all students were taught the power of meditation and the power of pondering of mind. Maybe we were taught about philosophers, but we weren't taught how to think like one. We were taught how to memorize things, but never how to truly think for ourselves. No wonder the school systems are what they are today. Kids are bored. The school system hardly provides an atmosphere for quenching the thirst for life. Kids go off to college, and many of them get hooked on to drinking for the rest of their lives. It becomes the social norm. Look, there's nothing wrong with drinking if it's under control. But binge drinking is another story. How many young adults have died in college because of this? Their parents paid good money for this, yet the college scene at times has its dark side. Many young adults, if they survive, take on this attitude after college. Drinking is a social way to release the problems of life. I hope this isn't a soapbox. I'm not judging people. I'm simply pointing out that as a society, we can change our ways. It begins with you and me. Did you know that you have a heart of gold? That is your true essence. Your true nature is kindness. Your true nature is patience. Your true nature is tolerance. Your true nature is love and compassion. This is who you truly are. You may think I'm macho, yet deep down inside, you have a heart of gold. This is the true nature of a human being. God exists inside of us. You are a part of God. All the great masters have said that. The jewel of life lies within. Unfortunately, we have lost touch with our true nature. Dust has gathered on the mirror of life. When we look into the mirror, we can't see our true nature. How would this journey of life be if we could see who we truly are? This world would be heaven on earth. I know I'm a broken record, saying the same message over and over. Yet all the great masters have come and said the same thing. I'm not a master, yet I am a student of life. I do have some insight over the years. I'm not here to brag. There's nothing to brag about. I'm simply trying to convey your true nature. I'm not trying to convert you. There's nothing to convert to. Every one of us has God existing inside. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter your religion or views about God. It doesn't matter if you're an atheist. God exists in your friends and enemies. Simply, God exists in the entire universe. As I said before, you are the universe. You just don't know it. You've been down this journey of life before. You know that life has many bumps and potholes. That's the nature of life. Nobody gets a free ride. Yet the journey and self-discovery within cushions the bumps in the road. It's like God is in the passenger seat when you drive. You may not see him, but that doesn't mean he's not there. You can't see love, but you can feel it. God will not drive the car for you. It's your own journey. You have free will. You can truly do anything you want. Yes, there are consequences, yet they don't come from God. God does not judge you. Man judges. Millions of people all around the world are discovering their true nature. This is probably the greatest time to be alive. There is an revolution of love occurring in this world. Young people today are questioning war. Why are we fighting? War is obsolete. A new way of thinking and being is occurring on this planet. The media doesn't see it, yet occasionally we see glimpses of it. At times, Facebook posts will give us glimpses of our future. It is quite grand. Imagine the world learning how to be peaceful. Imagine the world learning how to live in stillness. Imagine the world as our friends. As friends, you may disagree on things, but you will never go to war. You will just work things out. This will take a while to occur. Mark my words, peace will be on this earth. Remember, you have a heart of gold. Have you ever felt that you hit the wall in life? I can't go any further. I'm all walled in. How do I get myself out of this situation? We all face bumps in the road. Life wouldn't be a journey without them. Yet it's so easy to freak out and go into fear. Is there another way that we can face the wall and obstacles and be in a state of freedom? Freedom is a state of mind. Our happiness is not dependent upon the external. Our happiness comes from within. We're meant to live in the center of the hurricane. Yet we still live in the vicious winds of the mind. An obstacle comes up in life and we freak out. Someone has a different opinion in life and we have to defend ourselves. We even have a president. If you say anything against him, he will tweet nonsense about you. All the great masters have said to face the wall calmly. Face it directly. You will find a solution to your problems. The wall will disappear. The wall is a state of mind. Mind you, the obstacles might still be there, yet you will see the obstacles from a higher level in life. Again, I say the spiritual path is the most practical path. It deals with all areas of life. It is the essence of life. You can learn how to be peaceful and joyful when you hit the wall in life. You can be calm and serene. You can be mindful. This is your true nature. Instead of putting gasoline on the fire of life, you can put water on the fire. Eventually, the fire will not burn anymore. All the great masters did this. They had the same fire you have. Over time, they learned how to slowly extinguish the fire. You have the same tools as they do inside of you. Look inside of you to solve this riddle. Ponder this over. You are a piece of the puzzle. Hope springs eternal. We have a deep well of external hope that lies within. This well will never dry up. It is always flowing to the surface. When you hit a bumpy road in life, you can drink from the fountain of hope. Hope will comfort you. Hope will make the journey of life easier. This is a part of your true nature. Hope is a gift from God to you. We all have obstacles that come our way. I just finished the contract and now I'm looking for a new job. I have hope and faith that I will find one. I know that all of us can be hopeful for the future. A job will come my way. It's like being caught in the riptide of life. You can't struggle or fight, but you can swim to the left or right of the riptide to get out of it. The perfect job is out there. All I have to do is swim to the left or right of the riptide in life. We're meant to live in stillness and tranquility. We are meant to live in the center of the hurricane. Hope is the medicine to help calm down the mind. Hope places you into the center of the hurricane. I keep saying that the spiritual path is the most practical path. There's a huge collection of tools that we can use on this journey of life. Hope is one of them. I'm at a certain age where many people my age don't get the job because of their age. I've seen this a lot in the interview process. Many of the jobs I went after I would have easily got 10 years ago. Yet, I have hope. I know there's a job out there. I'm not over the hill. I have an impressive resume. Hope is the force that drives me forward. Hope is the force that drives you forward in life. Tap into the well of life. You will be glad you did. I don't care what you think about me. Everyone will have different opinions about you. Just ask the Dalai Lama. He is probably one of the kindest person on earth, yet the Chinese government hates him. They kicked him out of Tibet many moons ago, yet his kindness radiates to all. Friend or foe, the world needs that. The Dalai Lama says, kindness is my religion. I totally agree with that. With that kind of awareness, the Dalai Lama has compassion and love towards the Chinese government. It isn't resentment. I'm sure in the beginning there was. The Dalai Lama even admits that he had quite the temper tantrum when he was young. It goes to show that over time, one can overcome one's anger. Nobody gets a free ride in life. We all have to overcome obstacles and emotional problems in our life. Many moons ago, I didn't understand why each day he would go over his daily activities and make slight adjustments on what he would do. And in this situation, I could be a little bit more patient. I could be more patient with this person. I might not have been totally there when I spoke to him. You see, slight adjustments day by day makes the individual. There's not one leap that will get you there. This is not a super garden where in one moment fruits will arrive on the vine of life. This path is a day by day, moment by moment, to be aware of your thoughts and actions. Here again is a broken record. The spiritual path is the most practical path. It takes complete dedication. It spills over into all areas of life. It starts from within and floods external. Your awareness is expressed in your actions. If your mind is kind, you will be kind. I'm always amused when I see people driving on the freeway. Some people weave in and out of the traffic. You can almost see a trail of impatience. Get out of the way. Some people will tailgate you. They act like bullies at the playground. They are totally insecure. That's why they are a bully. They have distorted view on life. They aren't happy. I love the ones driving in the slow lane, having the time of their life. They aren't in a hurry. Yes, they are driving to work, but today is a brand new day, and they know it's a miracle to be alive. They flow with life and pay attention to it. Isn't this a grand day? I'm driving in the slow lane of life. I'm capturing the beauty of the moment. My mind is at ease. What a beautiful life we have. I don't want to go to war against you. Many young people say this today. Even the youth in Israel and Pakistan are saying this. Why are we fighting? Do we even remember why? War is obsolete. Only the barbarians have war. We have the internet. We can solve the conflicts with one another. We can think outside the box. We can compromise. We can bend like the reed in the wind. Both of us are talking about the same thing. Both sides want peace. We all come from the same family. We came from the same Creator. Our youth will help change mankind. Our youth are kind man. They have an awareness that is different from us. They come into this world with an awareness that war is obsolete. You could say they are a little bit more mature than us. They know how to compromise. War has been on this planet for thousands of years. It has never truly solved anything. We just keep on fighting. We are caught up playing the same song over and over. They want to play the song of peace, and they are playing it. Millions of people all around the world are joining the bandwagon. It's a silent revolution. No shots will be heard. It's an revolution of love. Millions of people are discovering their true nature, regardless of caste, color, or creed. We are the same. We are the universe. We just don't know it. We can change. Each and every one of us. Inside of each one lies that precious jewel of life. It's waiting to be discovered. Ponder this over. I don't want to go to war against you. You're only fighting against yourself. I feel so good when I feel love. Did you know your true nature is love? Every single part of your DNA is created by love. The entire universe's true essence is love. You might say there's a divine intelligence that exists in the universe. There is a master plan. Each one of us is united by the thread of love. It is woven into our true nature. You were born to discover this. Love has never left you. It's just waiting to be discovered inside. You have experienced this many times before. The birth of a child, holding your lover in your arms, being in nature, looking at the sunrise or sunset, looking at the stars at night. Somehow, by grace, it triggers love to surface inside. It's always been there. We just connect to it once again. The great masters have said that you can connect to the essence of love 24 hours a day. It's just one breath away. When the mind connects to the source of your breath, love emerges. You don't need anything external to trigger it. Granted, it takes time. You knew that. This is how you can learn to live in the center of the hurricane. In the center is stillness. In the center is love. In the center is peace. This is your true nature. We have lived in the winds of the hurricane for so long. We think this is our true state. We can't even imagine that there's a center in the hurricane. What? No way. Are you telling me the truth? How come I don't know? There is a center. Well, maybe it's time to discover your true nature. There isn't any conversion. We aren't trying to convince you. Love doesn't need convincing. Love doesn't boast and say, I'm stuck. Love just is. The great masters just smile. Love washes away the negative emotions inside. Love washes away anger over time. Love washes away the need to fight and go to war. Love washes away the greed that might exist inside of you. Love is like water. Water is soft, yet over time will dissolve a hard rock. Love over time will wash away the hardness inside of us. We think that kindness is weak. Only a weak soul is kind. Yet the entire universe is kind. We've been living so long with countries going to war that we have forgotten our true nature. We still live in a world where greed is good. Why does 1% of the world have more money than 99% of the world? Our values are wrong. This is changing. Millions of people are waking up. The more people wake up from their slumber, the quicker this world will change. Darkness is only the absence of light. You knew that. Imagine when millions of people hold candles within. The candles are lit. Darkness will disappear. You have a candle inside of you. Light your candles. You are a piece of this puzzle. Ponder this over. I feel so good when I feel love. I got the blues. I've been watching the devastation that Hurricane Harvey has done. Houston is flooding all over. The CNN headlines are the water keeps rising as more rain falls on Houston. The officials plan to open dams which will add to the flooding in some areas. Nature at times is a beast, yet Mother Earth needs hurricanes. It's a way to restart the system. The ocean needs to be recycled. I wonder at times if by having all that asphalt, we are compounding the problem. Water has to go somewhere. Can we dig canals in our streets so when hurricanes hit the water can go somewhere? We are smart and intelligent. We need to think how to resolve this problem. Imagine storm after storm hits the United States. Each year, millions of dollars of damage occurs. Can we build our houses on stilts? Is there a way to waterproof our houses? We need to think outside of the box. We need to build our houses for any future event. I live presently in the Midwest. Hurricanes are a fact of life. Devastation occurs when they hit neighborhoods. People lose their lives. Why can't we build houses that would survive a hurricane? Buckminster Fuller built one many moons ago. It's the same with earthquakes. Are we smart to build hospitals right on the fault line? We need to build buildings that can sway with the wind. The way we think and operate hasn't changed much over the decades. To be honest, money is the problem. Greed is the problem. Let's build a house as fast as possible. We can create shortcuts. It's not my house. Someone else is going to buy it. The whole world works this way. Modern medicine doesn't heal. It just hides the symptoms and has tons of side effects. Nature is our friend. Nature does not plan to kill us. Nature is not evil. Hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes are nature's way of healing itself. What happens when you get the flu? Your body will shake and tremble. Nature works the same. We've been on this planet for thousands of years. We are intelligent enough to think outside of the box. Yet, we do the same thing over and over. A catastrophe occurs, we rebuild. A catastrophe occurs, we rebuild. A catastrophe occurs, we rebuild. We need to truly think outside of the box. I said that phrase again. We need to truly think outside of the box. We need to find a solution. Nature is not against us. Maybe the only problem is man. We blame nature for our problems. Maybe we should blame ourselves. We do the same thing over and over. The Netherlands knew how to capture land from the sea. They thought outside the box. Japan has spent billions on learning how to create skyscrapers in the sky that could withstand an earthquake. It's not perfect, but they have come so far. Nations all around the world are doing something. They are getting innovative and creative. They are thinking outside the box. Maybe it's time we do the same. Nature always will heal itself. What we call disasters will always occur. This is a factor of life. We can learn how to live in harmony with nature. If death approaches you, what do? Now, good old Bugs Bunny might say, don't take life so seriously. You will never get out of it alive. It's not a question of if, but when. Re-roll the dice in our life. I remember being young and riding a razor's edge when surfing a huge wave. If you fell, you were in for your worst nightmare. Imagine being held underwater for what seems to be an eternity. At times, you may be held down for 2 ways. At that time, you really are aware of how precious your breath is. You mustn't panic. You must let go and totally relax. I think that surfing and meditation teaches one about death. All surfers at one time or another get into a circumstance bordering between life and death. It can go either way. Yet the surfer keeps on surfing. Not all. In the 60s, a famous surfer named Greg Knoll took off in a way that nobody should ever take off on. He was the wave of the century. He didn't make the wave, but he made the drop. He got him obliterated. Greg made it to shore and gave up surfing. I probably would have too. He escaped the lion's den. Surfing brings one to the borderline of life and death. If you're not a surfer, it's hard to describe. Your awareness changes over time. Meditation is just like surfing, only you catch the wave inside. Meditation brings one to the same state of being borderline between life and death. Life and death are only one breath away. Life and death are intertwined. Ask a surfer and a meditator. They will tell you they're almost one and the same. In reality, we never die. The body does. Yet our soul is eternal and timeless. You are the universe. Death unites you back to your true state. This is your true nature. A surfer rides the wave and feels the harmony of the universe. He can't truly express it, yet he goes on surfing forever. I have been meditating for many moons. Surfing and meditating are both ways to truly capture the wave of life. Your respect for life does enhance. When you are brought to a life and death situation, your perspective changes. Somehow, you see how precious life is. Maybe that's what it's all about. Gratitude of being alive fuses into your being. Wow, I'm alive.